What if the biggest obstacle standing in the way of your success is your own ego? In Ego is the Enemy. By Ryan Holiday, we explore how ego, our inner voice of pride and self-importance, can block growth, limit our potential, and even ruin what we've worked hard to build. Imagine missing out on a great opportunity simply because your ego got in the way. Or think about how many relationships fall apart because we refuse to admit when we're wrong. In Ego is the Enemy, Holiday shows us that ego isn't our friend. It's often our greatest barrier to a fulfilling life. Holiday explains that ego affects us in 3 main stages of life: when we aspire, when we succeed, and when we fail. In each stage, ego can drive us to overestimate our abilities, become blind to reality, or even ignore valuable lessons. How often have we let pride prevent us from learning something new? One of the most powerful lessons from the book is that humility is the antidote to ego. When we choose humility, we open ourselves to growth, learning, and true connection with others. But how many of us actually choose humility over pride? Holiday suggests that our ego often reacts to setbacks with resentment, seeing them as personal attacks rather than lessons. But by letting go of ego, we can learn from these failures and become stronger. Isn't it better to grow from our mistakes than to be held back by them? To Holiday, discipline is a key tool in keeping ego in check. It keeps us grounded, focused, and constantly moving forward. Discipline says, keep going, stay consistent, and don't let success go to your head. Are we willing to stick to discipline when ego tempts us to take shortcuts? Ego can make us believe we're invincible, that we don't need advice or caution. But history is filled with stories of people brought down by their own overconfidence. Holiday reminds us that humility keeps us alert and aware of reality. When we let go of ego, we find a freedom that's rare, a chance to pursue growth without constantly proving ourselves. Ego limits us. Humility liberates us to focus on what truly matters. Imagine living without that weight of pride holding you back. So, how can we manage ego in our lives? First, stay grounded. Remember that humility is strength. Second, keep learning. Approach each day as a student, not an expert. Third, embrace discipline. Routine keeps us focused on the work, not the applause. Ego isn't something we conquer once and for all. It's an ongoing battle we face daily. As Ryan Holiday teaches us, the path to a fulfilling life is found not in feeding our egos, but in constantly striving to keep it in check.